Hey, it's Jaime with Echo Real Estate Advisors. Today we're going to cover Facebook pixels and why you can't be doing any paid advertising or any organic advertising without having it installed in your landing page or in your websites. And if you're doing any of that right now, you are doing yourself a huge disservice if you plan to use Facebook advertising in the future. So what do I mean? A Facebook pixel, if you haven't heard about it, or maybe you've heard about it but don't necessarily understand what it is. If you go to their Facebook website, it's a piece of code for your website that lets you measure, optimize, and build audiences for your ad campaigns. So essentially, a pixel is a code that as soon as somebody lands onto your website or onto your landing page or a digital asset that you own that has a Facebook pixel, that means that the Facebook pixel is gonna fire, and the person that landed onto your website has now been cookied, which means that if you were to run some ads down the road, you are going to be able to retarget those people that have shown maybe some level of interest to your website but didn't necessarily take any action. So explaining it a little bit more practically, let's say you run a Facebook campaign, or let's just say you put up a post and 1,000 people clicked on the link that you sent them to. Let's say landing page of that you own, and that would mean that 1,000 people have now been pixeled, and you can use that audience, those 1,000 people, and retarget them with Facebook advertising. So that's the power of the pixel, and we've all been pixeled before or cookied before, where we go to Amazon and look for those shoes, for that camera, for that book, whatever we're looking for, and then lo and behold, that next website, we see those shoes, we see that camera, we see that whatever you're looking at. So you have that same capability, but in the Facebook sense. So if you have an ad that's running right now and you don't have a pixel attached to that landing page that you're directing traffic to, I would highly suggest that you stop advertising it and or inject this code as quickly as possible, because you certainly don't want to continue advertising without this pixel being on your landing pages or on your websites. So it's very important right now more than ever. So I'm getting into the why, because there are a lot of Facebook agencies out there. There are a lot of real estate agents out there, a lot of mortgage people out there that are vying for those eyeballs. They are eyeing and targeting the clients that you are seeking. So ad costs are getting more expensive. Getting people to act on your ads is getting more difficult. So if you've had any level of activity on Facebook advertising, let's just say if you've been doing it for a year, or you just started, you will start seeing considerably the differences as it's getting harder and harder and it's getting more expensive. So now more than ever, that single ad that you throw out there that used to land you 20 leads in one day with a $10 spend or less, those ads are considerably gone. So unless you have the most bombastic ad out there, that's just not a reality in this day and age. So what's happening with your ads at this point, you're having to do another ad targeting the people that showed engagement in that previous ad. So you're having a multitude of ads and having to create this contextual web and designing your own audience specifically using the pixel. So what I like to do is I like to fire off an advertising and get it in front of as many people as possible with as little filters as possible, and having people engage with that audience in some capacity, the people that click through and go to my landing page and show some level of activity, they're naturally selecting and they're naturally filtering themselves out, meaning this is becoming a warm audience for me to where on my second ad where I'm actually seeking to gain their information and get that lead is going to be much more effective than if I start off with this ad that's more geared towards a call to action, and it's just gonna it just yields so much better results. So you're having to put an actual campaign to work, not just a single ad, in order for you to get some sort of activity, some sort of lead. So that leads to a lot of frustration by real estate agents that will set off an ad and expect to get the same results that they were getting a year ago or that they were even getting 6 months ago. So a lot of things have changed, not only from a consumer standpoint, but from Facebook changes. And we've seen those just pick up in the last 6 weeks. So anyway, that's the why. Now let's get into the how. So I do want to keep this as brief as possible so you get the most value in the shortest amount of time. So we will just jump over and start installing that pixel. Now, this is one of the pages that I have. Let's see. This should be fine. You can go to your toolbar. And to get here, there's other videos on my channel that cover how to get to this toolbar, how to set up an ads manager. So go and check those out. For the sake of time, we're just going to dive right into it. Going to go to your events manager. You're going to select pixels. You're going to go over here, your Facebook pixel. Oops, I'm sorry. You're going to go to details. I don't want to create another one. There's only one per ad account. All right. And then you're going to go to the setup. And then here, if you have a Shopify store or if you have Squarespace, if that's what the website that you're using, Wix or anything else, and you want to do a direct integration, this is where you would go. But considering a majority of this audience won't have that, I'm going to go over to the manual install so you see how to do it and how simple it is even in the most manual way to install a pixel. The third option is email the instructions to one of your developers. So if you have somebody else managing your websites or your office man, whoever is managing your digital assets and they're needing your particular pixel, you can just email it directly to them and they'll have it so they can input it and embed it into your websites. Go to manual install. So that first one, don't even worry about it. What we're looking for is copy the entire pixel code and paste it on the website header. So a left click is going to do a copy to clip art, so you have it in your board, in your clip art. And what you're going to want to do, since I have ClickFunnels, I'll show you how to install it here. If you have Squarespace, it works very much the same way. If you have Wix, again, you can do it via the automated way, a direct integration, or you can do it manually. So for this example, we're going to use ClickFunnels because that's what I have. If you have lead pages or if you have Instapage or any other landing page software like that, all you need to do is Google, find where you can embed this code, which you're going to want to put it on the website header. That's what's important here. And it's going to give you a step-by-step guide. What's more important for you is know where your pixel is, because you saw it there. It's just a simple left click and you have it at your disposal. So for ClickFunnels, you're just going to go to settings on one of your funnels. This is one of the funnels that I have. It's not going to work for me right now, considering that I already have mine embedded. Well, I could redo it, no big issue there. So you'll see that the ID 5526 is going to be right there, 5526. So I know that it's the correct code, most importantly because I just went from here to there, so you know that it's going to be the direct code. Save and update settings, and you're done. So that's how easy it is. But we're going to take it one step further. What we're going to do is we're going to put continue, and this is where a lot of the magic happens. That's super important and that's fundamental. You absolutely need a pixel code, but you can also track events. And events are essentially, did somebody that hit my landing page, for example, if I had a beautiful listing that I only put certain images out there for people to click through and actually give me their contact email and their phone number and their name in order to get additional pictures, the price, and the location, did that landing page convert a lead? So yes, you will know if you converted a lead if you have a landing page software that feeds you the leads at the end of the day. But what we're looking for at that point is we want to exclude the people that have provided me their information, because I don't necessarily want to retarget them with that particular ad. This works a lot in the purchasing of courses and the purchasing of books and the purchases of e-commerce here. So there's a specific code that you can add to the, not to the landing page, but to the thank you page or the confirmation page, where you can actually track that individual event, that individual action. So you can either exclude it or only retarget that audience. So for example, that very much that same example where people land onto your landing page. I want to see some additional information on this house. They give you their email, their phone number, and their name, and you have that information. Now they're on to the thank you page. If you only want to target those people going forward, then you have that ability with this tracking event and show them additional homes. Hey, so how did that Dallas home or that Dallas condo look for you? What about this one? And you continue to, you just bifurcated the people that showed some level of interest in your advertising, but maybe didn't take action. And you're able to see the people that actually did take action. Yes, you will have their phone, their email, and their name if they end up coming over here. But if you've been receiving leads online, you know that they're not always the quickest to answer, or may never answer your phone, or may have provided you a incorrect email or anything of that nature. This is how you combat that, because you already have them tracked on the online, so you're able to retarget them, and it's going to cost you a little bit more money to target them again. However, it doesn't cost you as much, because of the 1,000 that landed, maybe 50 gave you their contact information, and you're able to target those specific 50, and you're going to be omnipresent. You're going to be in front of them at all times. So that's a bit of the events code. In my training, I go into a 20-minute explanation of the events, but we don't have time, even though I kind of just took 15. So sorry about that. What you're looking for here is the top one. So copy lead events code, copy to clipboard, and for me, I'm not gonna do anything else with that because I don't want to continue double dipping. This is for my Remind course. This funnel that I have, this is my landing page, and again, in ClickFunnels specifically, and it'll look a little bit different depending on which landing page software you have, but you do want to put the main pixel code on your head tracking code. Again, all the others are going to look different. So once I did that, this main code is everywhere. In this page, in this page, in this page. It's going to be in the entire funnel. But I don't want that. So going back to the example of that house, you can pretend that this is the landing page, even though this is the landing page to my Remind course, which is free, so feel free to pick it up. I don't want to put this event code, which essentially is telling me it's a lead, which I'm telling it it's a lead. It doesn't tell me, I tell it. Or if you had an e-commerce store, then you would go to purchase. I want to put this code on the thank you page because that tells me that if this specific event code is firing, it's because they provided their information. That means they took action here and actually came out to my thank you page or my membership access page to where I can only target those people. I have the opportunity to target those people, and I'm generating an audience around that. And or if I don't want to market to those people again, then I can exclude that audience. Since this is a free course, I haven't embedded it here because I'm not going to drive paid traffic to it. So when I go to the edit page, you're not going to find a pixel code there. Or at least you shouldn't. I don't see why I would. All right, you're going to go to the tracking code and control paste, save. Well, I'm not going to save it here, but you would just do save and you're done. So again, that is an event code that you received from here. You're telling it that it's a lead, and then you're done. Now, it is very straightforward. And I know we covered a lot in this brief couple of minutes. I don't know how long it's been, but what's more important for you is not if you've done this, but did you do it right? And there's a way to check that. So if you go over to the Facebook Pixel Helper, it's a Chrome extension, so you're going to go to Facebook Pixel Helper. And for me, I can't download it again because I already have it, so add it to Chrome. This Facebook Pixel Helper tells you, hey, did you install that pixel? Is it firing? As you can see here, the images. Custom audience, fully pixel loaded successfully. And you're going to see it on websites. Once you install it on your Chrome browser, you're going to see even other websites that have it. So it's picking up if it has that Facebook pixel. And I should have it somewhere here. Right through here. Okay, so this is my course. And this is the Pixel Helper. So you can see here, I have a page view. And then this, the reason it has two is because ClickFunnels already has one in the back end. But if you go to other websites, let's just go to the Remind website. Maybe they have it, maybe they don't. Let's see if they have a pixel. There you go. So you'll see that various websites throughout the internet have it. Actually, a good amount. If you've seen them advertised to you on Facebook, or if you can think of any Fortune 500 or any company out there at this point in time, you're going to find that this is going to trigger more often than not. So anyway, that's how you confirm that whatever you input is working. So now we've gone through how to install it, how to do event codes, and how to confirm it. Again, what's very important is not only that you did it, but that it's firing and that it's registering. And this Facebook Pixel Helper should do that for you. So anyway, that is the Pixel from beginning to end. I know we covered quite a bit, but if there's any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment box, and I will address them as soon as they come in. Thanks.